What's up? It's your boy Modern Ninja the Nerd back again with another video, and today we gotta talk about one of the most controversial discussions in Avatar history. Because somehow, even years later, people are still arguing over one question. Is Korra the worst Avatar in the cycle? Let's look at the facts on the side, shall we? So without further ado, play my intro real quick.
The monsters. Hold on, wait a minute, let me get a key rising when I'm ventilating, demonstrating, captivating, assimilating. When you niggas in the saying I'm a fucking best. Better get your best, nigga, color me impressed. Swear the streets blessed, all up in your chest. Kill you with my sword, guess I gotta clean my mess. The fact that you niggas see me playing, it's only natural, I'm super just saying.
Alright, so before we can talk about Korra, we gotta understand one important thing. Every avatar inherits the blessings and mistakes of the previous avatar. That's literally how the cycle works. One avatar fixes something while accidentally creating a future problem for the next one to deal with. It's basically cosmic generational debt. And it all starts with the very first avatar, Wan. Wan accidentally started the entire avatar cycle because he got manipulated by Vaatu after freeing him from Rava. Bro basically unleashed spiritual chaos into the world because he trusted the spiritual equivalent of a Discord mod with red flags. But to fix his mistake, Wan traveled the world, mastered all four elements, fused with Rava during harmonic convergence, and became the first avatar. He sealed Vaatu away and became the bridge between humans and spirits. And from that point on, every avatar existed because Wan decided, yeah, my bad, let me fix reality. Then we get Avatar Yang Chen. Now this woman was scary. Everybody sees Air Nomad and thinks peaceful monk. Nah, Yang Chen was basically a politician running covert operations with airbending attached. Did you know she could scream so loud she could burst people's eardrums? And even use her airbending to take air out of the room to asphyxiate her targets. Scary stuff, man. She dealt with corruption, class division, combustion benders being used as human weapons, and political conspiracies everywhere. And unlike Aang later on, Yang Chen believed balance sometimes required manipulation and morally gray decisions. She brought peace for an elite generation after her death, but she neglected spiritual balance so badly that dark spirits started wilding out during Karuk's era, meaning her success politically cooked the next avatar spiritually. Next up is Karuk. Now, Karuk is the most misunderstood avatar ever. People think bro was lazy because all they saw was partying, flexing, chilling, being outside the whole time. This man was secretly fighting dark spirits non-stop while spiritually dying. Karuk inherited Yang Chen's spiritual imbalance and took all the damage himself, so nobody else would suffer. He fought spirits alone, got spiritually corrupted, lost the love of his life to Ko the Face Stealer, and died at 33. 33! Bro died younger than most anime mentors, and because he spent all his time handling spiritual disasters, the mortal world started collapsing politically, which means Kyoshi inherited absolute chaos. Kyoshi had one of the hardest lives imaginable. Abandoned as a child, wrongfully ignored as the Avatar, hunted, traumatized, surrogate father murdered, friend sacrificed to a spirit. So naturally, she grew up with a very different worldview than Roku or Aang. Kyoshi believed peace required consequences, and if somebody dangerous needed to go, she was willing to clock in personally. But here's the thing, Kyoshi was effective. She stopped wars, created Kyoshi Island, founded the Kyoshi Warriors, stabilized the Earth Kingdom, improved conditions for the poor, and maintained peace for centuries. She lived to be 230 years old. At that point, she's not an avatar anymore. She's living history. But she also created the Dai Li, and that eventually became one of Earth Kingdom's biggest problems later on. Again, every avatar creates a future issue while fixing the present one. Now, Avatar Roku is tragic, because Roku wasn't weak, he was too merciful. Roku lived during rising nationalism and political tension in the Fire Nation, and his biggest mistake? Fire Lord Sozin, his best friend. Roku knew Sozin's imperial ambitions were dangerous. He confronted him. He even humbled him. But when the moment came to permanently stop him, he hesitated. Because emotionally, he still saw his friend, and that hesitation changed the world forever. After Roku dies during the volcanic eruption, Sozin immediately launches the 100-Year War, which means Aang inherited a world completely shattered because Roku couldn't make the hardest decision. And honestly, that guilt haunted Roku even after death. Next is Aang. Now here's where people get emotional, because Aang is the GOAT to a lot of people, including me. And honestly, I get it. Aang wakes up after being frozen for 100 years only to discover his people were exterminated. The world is at war, and everybody expects him to save it at 12 years old. And he does it! That's insane. And despite all that pressure, Aang remained kind. That's what makes him super special. He mastered the elements, ended the 100-year war, restored balance, revived air nomad culture through his family, and proved you didn't need to abandon your morals to save the world. That energy bending moment against Ozai, legendary. Everybody wanted him to kill Ozai, past avatars included, but Aang refused to betray his beliefs, and that's why he's spiritually one of the strongest avatars ever. But, and yes, there is a but, Aang also left Korra with a very complicated world, because after the war, society evolved fast. Republic City became more industrialized, technology exploded, politics got more complicated, bending equality became a real issue, spiritual problems start returning, and even though Aang created peace, peace creates new problems. That's just history. Last but not least, we have Korra, the avatar everybody argues about. Here's my thing. People compare Korra and Aang like they fought the same battles. They didn't. Aang fought a war, Korra fought ideologies. That's way different. Aang's biggest enemy was Ozai, a clear villain. Korra? Every season she has somebody attacking the very idea of the Avatar. Amon challenged bending privilege. Unalaq weaponized spirituality. Zahir challenged world order and freedom. Kuvira challenged political instability with authoritarianism. Korra wasn't just fighting people, she was fighting philosophies. And unlike Aang, Korra actually had formal training from the White Lotus from childhood. So yes, I absolutely expect her to be more advanced in some ways. And another thing people gotta stop saying is Aang is stronger than Korra. That's not really how the Avatar cycle works. The next Avatar is naturally supposed to grow and evolve from the previous one. Not necessarily physically stronger, but bending wise and adaptability wise, yes. That's the point of reincarnation. Each Avatar builds off the previous one, and Korra had to adapt to the most technologically advanced era in Avatar history. Cars, electrified weapons, planes, mech, political revolutions, modern warfare. This wasn't Roku fighting dudes with swords and boats anymore. And despite all that, Korra went through arguably the worst suffering in the cycle. She lost her connection to her past lives, got poisoned, tortured, mentally broken, isolated, traumatized, and spent years recovering psychologically. The series actually let Korra struggle with PTSD and emotional damage, realistically. And I think now that I'm older, I appreciate that way more than I did as a kid. Because Korra's story wasn't about becoming stronger physically. It was about learning vulnerability, spirituality, empathy, and healing. Early Korra solved problems with fists. In-game Korra solved problems by understanding people first. And that is character development. Korra definitely has made the biggest impact messing with the past avatars and all, but she definitely faced the most interesting villains in a time that was the most technological. It's interesting. Now that I'm older, I can look at it with a different view. I still don't like her too much, but I'd be lying if I said she was a bad avatar. But what do you guys think? Do you think she's a bad avatar, or do you think she's a good one? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe to see more videos like this. It's been your boy Modern Ninja the Nerd. See you guys in the next episode.